Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the men's room. It's Friday, and it's time to party. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. With me, as always, is my buddy, Tommy again.
What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a good Friday. Got a good show ahead. Stay tuned.
Yeah, Channel Dad Brian Leap. What's up, man?
What happened to the music?
Tommy hasn't made our new intro yet, so we just go back to the countdown until Tommy can get that taken care of.
I got dual screen now. I'll be working on it while I'm on here.
Do your thing, buddy. Last but not least, well, not last, not least, David, the Applegate, the author, the brew hunter himself, the man, the myth, the legend.
G'day, fans. This is another cool units. Welcome to the first ever woman. To do what?
You are the first ever. You're the first ever Australian. Oh my god!
I'm the first ever Australian action hero. Crocodile Dundee. I inspired Crocodile Dundee. Yeah.
Yes, you did. You pulled a knife first. Last but not least, Anime Night.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's get into the show and have a great time.
All right. So what's happening, everybody? How's your week been?
A bit chaotic, but at least outside of it, it's actually monumental. So I'm ready for 2023.
Cool. Mazel tov. Yeah, I've been working a lot. Tommy's been working a lot. David lives in a town that doesn't exist. Lape has internet problems. Partridge in a pear tree.
I interviewed another author for my channel.
You did. I saw that. Who was it?
Yeah, a few people did. Donna Sunblade, Dragonborn, another American author.
Nice. Any other Australian authors? Oh wait, no, because they don't exist.
Well, I've supposedly got a queue of people, but the rate at which some people, well, most writers don't have free time. They're working 2 jobs and writing. Takes them. So finding people to interview hasn't been easy.
There we go.
So, how about that, Jennifer Lawrence?
Well, you know what? I'm the first ever Appalachian. Tommy doesn't exist either. Tommy's the first ever machine gun. Apparently, he's a Tommy gun. Anime Night's the first ever night. He's a real night.
Yeah, that's right. Every anime night is inspired by him. All the way back to the Sailor Moon nights. All him.
David is actually the first author. David wrote the Bible.
Only author. It's me.
David wrote the Bible. Hey, so I was talking with Caleb, our buddy from the Knights. What was this? The King's Advisors. And I was on a stream this morning, and I totally trolled on him a little bit. He was playing a video game, and he commented and was like, "Can everybody hear everything all right?" I said, "No." He said, "Oh wait, you can't hear anything?"
He's good,
like,
people.
No. I was like, "No, I can't hear a thing," and he was like, and then I said smiley face. And he was like, "Oh God, I'm such an idiot." Link in email. I told him to come on and join us, but he said he would come, but talked to him earlier, and he was like,
"I'm gonna come."
Yeah.
But I guess he's not.
Yes,
I don't know. Hey, so I don't know what's going on, but I see Henry Cavill's trending.
Okay. Henry Cavill, as you know, season 3 of The Witcher is the last season of Henry Cavill as the lead character. I can't pronounce his name, but Geralt or something. Anyway, he is returning to DC, but the movie he was returning to DC for, Man of Steel 2, has either been cancelled, put on hiatus, seeking a new director, seeking new writers, isn't ready for production. That depending which shill you read. Apparently, the shills are trying to pretend they're not in an echo chamber, but Henry Cavill is also rumored to be cast in other roles. So if DC doesn't lock down Man of Steel 2, he is definitely going to pick up another role quite easily. He's in talks anyway, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, a lot of people are upset that DC are treating him the way they are.
Well, I mean, they need him. Like, he is, he's an incredible Superman, and without him, sucks.
He's popular. He drew people to several movies that would have bombed without him.
Right. Hey, what's up, Coral? How you doing, buddy? Let's see.
But Jennifer Lawrence is walking back her comments, and
yeah,
Henry Cavill hasn't actually put out a statement as to his future. So some of the rumors about him are wild, like James Bond. What do you think of Henry Cavill as James Bond?
I would love to see it. I love James Bond, and I love him.
He did to lose 40 pounds.
You think so?
I think he's too big.
No.
Well,
I don't know.
He doesn't. Well, I don't know. They all were pretty skinny, but
I mean, you could throw him in a suit. I mean, like a 3-piece suit would be nice, and you wouldn't really be able to tell that he was that big. Maybe. I really don't know. I mean, I say that you wouldn't know, but who am I to judge? This podcast is sponsored by no one, but I made a sticker for my cup, so I guess I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. It's my only one. The sticker makes the water more refreshing.
Mm-hmm. The Witcher boss is actually surprised that Henry Cavill left. I mean, really? We've been talking about it for a year, haven't we?
I mean, I think so. They cast the Hemsworth brother over there, and I don't really think that's going to be any better.
Yeah.
But who knows?
They needed they brought in Superman 2 late for Black Adam, and then the leak said, well, he's not really in the movie, so that killed that.
Exactly. They're like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? And everything. But I feel like Henry Cavill, I think he's just like sitting back and like letting people walk back their statements. And then when it gets to that point, he's like, okay, I'm ready to get my statement now. Because it's quite funny watching like these so-called journalists walk back their statements after it turned out to be false, and then it's like, well, wow, all that time and effort wasted.
Yeah, this is why I don't like a lot of the media, because they're having to walk. See, there's a changing of the guard at DC Studios. James Gunn and Peter Safran, their only definite statement so far is there's a Batman 2. They will not be using Condiment Man or any of the other what they call wacky characters. They are going to establish a full vision, which they've already discussed with David Zaslav. Amongst the changes is the Snyderverse interconnected world of superheroes is going to be tonally more in line with previous DC comics rather than Zack Snyder's vision. Now, they're worried that not just Henry Cavill, but Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot are synonymous with that vision. but Henry Cavill's future as Superman is under a cloud, but hasn't been cancelled. Wonder Woman 3 has not been canned. Only Patty Jenkins' story has been canned.
I remember she threw. I read that she threw a temper tantrum so badly. I'm like, what did you expect?
I bet allegedly she had to be removed from the building for having a tantrum. Yes, by allegedly, that is, they probably threw in a limo and threw a bottle of wine at her and
and just sort of get the fuck out.
But they can't fire her because she'll just go straight to the
competition.
Wild mob and she'll go to the wild mob and start an academy, a Me Too movement or whatever to destroy them because they can, she can blackmail them. Whereas, Black Adam has been downgraded from a flop to underperformed.
Well,
whoa! I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's some breaking news that is kind of intermittently dropping at little bits at a time with Twitter Files 3.
Yeah.
Twitter's working on a software update that will show your true account status so that you know clearly if you've been shadow banned and the reasons and how to appeal.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's great.
Okay. That will definitely be helpful.
Yeah. Apparently President Trump's tweets were suppressed before the 2020 election.
Oh.
So that was even before all this stuff going on.
Well, it has been revealed by some that Jack Dorsey lied before Congress about shadow banning, and in fact, he instituted it as a feature, not deliberately in the back room of Twitter.
If I were one of these if I was one of these congressmen and I found out somebody lied under oath, I would be going after them with subpoenas and everything.
Yeah, but the congressmen who aren't are all getting money off the people who are doing all these horrid things.
Yeah.
Well, Henry Cavill, I was about to say, Henry Cavill has actually filmed a scene for The Flash. So that's confirmed reshoots of the Flash movie.
Apparently, Elon Musk smacked Jack Dorsey. It is a crime that they refuse to take action on child exploitation for years. Jack said this is false. Elon said no, it's not. When Ella Irwin, who now runs Trust and Safety, joined Twitter earlier this year, almost no one was working on child safety. She raised this with Ned and Parag, but they rejected her staffing request. I made it top priority immediately.
No, I like the meme. Elon Musk bans cheese pizza, and then what was it? I think it was CNN said. No, MSNBC said Elon Musk is banning leftists. So somebody grabbed the two headlines and put them together.
Yeah.
Talk about not reading the room, MSNBC. That's why you have other people's headlines up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, the three big things that they suppressed. Hunter Biden's laptop. The whole Pizzagate thing was real. They suppressed that.
We just got demonetized.
Yeah. There's any chance of you monetizing.
Yep.
But the other one is all the Russiagate stuff that they're not talking about yet. That'll probably be in the next dump.
Yeah, because there's 3 people I would love to see thrown in prison over that. Actually, it's more, but right now, it seems like Peter Strzok and Lisa Page just fell off the face of the earth. It's like 1 minute they were there, and it's like now they're gone, and we're like, where did they go?
Yeah,
and Loretta Lynn, she seems to have disappeared off the blip and everything. Right. I guess that's what happens when you gobble so much of the Clinton cream.
Well, I don't know who's working for whom, but a lot of the former Clinton staffers and Obama staffers are now working at, you know what started back up again? The Clinton Global Initiative.
Oh God. Great.
And guess what the number one priority is?
To become president for the fourth time in a row.
Ukraine.
Oh.
What makes green, yellow, and blue?
I would not be surprised if she ran again and then loses for the fourth time in a row. It's like, well, you tried.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it'd be the third time she ran because I don't think she ran for the 2021.
Did you see Bill Clinton at the he looked like you wouldn't recognize Bill Clinton. He looks older than Joe. He looks like death warmed up.
Well, yeah, I mean, with everything he knows.
Yeah, he looks like syphilis has taken over.
Have you seen the meme about that on Twitter? About the way Clinton looks?
Yeah, with Sammy Hagar.
No, a picture of Clinton. It's like the 90s. He's young, and now he looks like he's, a walking corpse. And then there's a picture of Monica Lewinsky underneath, and it says, "That, ladies, is how you know what you know what." That's how you suck a straw. We'll put it that
way. Oh God, that's good. Put that in the great. put that in the greatest memes of all time. That should be on the wall right there. Actually, put that on a billboard. That would be impressive.
Yeah.
So it's just so crazy how all this is coming out, and we're just sitting here like with our right jars, and it's like, okay, pay up, throw the money in the jar. We were right. Pay us, you bastards.
Oh yeah, of course.
Freedom Tunes did that with AJ a couple of weeks ago. So that's a pretty good. They're pretty good Freedom Tunes at making memes. But I'm looking here at Elon Musk, and so he's torched Adam Schiff's claims about hate speech on Twitter.
Oh, Mr. Bug Eye. I mean, he's so creepy. Every time he talks, his eyes go wide and shit, like he's hypnotizing you. And I'm like, dude, you're just. I mean, no, he looks way worse than Brian Stelter.
There is a name for it. It's to do with blood pressure. It's actually when his blood pressure goes up, your eyes do this weird thing. So one of these days he's going to have a heart attack, and nobody will be surprised. His eyes pop out. It can happen, But for half a day, Elon Musk lost value to over Tesla's value when the markets closed, and when they reopened, it shot way back up after news of Amazon and Uber and other boycotters returned to Twitter.
You can't stay gone for long. You can't stay gone for long.
They virtue signaled, market closed, then they returned to advertising on Twitter, and so my guess is they wanted to buy up shares of whatever. they could by driving his price down, and then renegotiate their advertising deals. But Elon Musk wants to turn the Twitter headquarters into a hotel for staff.
Actually, that'd be interesting to see.
A lot of the interns, and they have a lot of empty space. And they also have a lot of interns in that who actually are cohabiting and can't afford accommodation. So San Francisco Department of Building Inspections has confirmed that they are looking into the fact that company, those who work overnight, long hours, double shifts, etc., whether or not that violates their housing rules. But Mr. Musk regularly sweeps at Twitter. It's been confirmed that there are couches in his office and even produced photographs.
Well, that's nice.
Well, he has no fixed address. Apparently, his actual address on his license is his SpaceX compound. But there's talk that Tesla's going to shoot through the roof with the fact that China's closed down 2 of its 3 electric car manufacturers.
Yeah, that's actually pretty surprising because they were so hell bent. They were so hell bent on sending jobs overseas, and now China turns around. It's like, nope, you can have these back though.
Well, in the last
keep
month,
these ones.
Japan has announced the building of 4 new destroyers. They've doubled their defense budget. Nobody's made a peep. They've produced, the F-23, the F-22, the big budget blowout, $30 billion jet. Japan's producing that as the F-23 for half the price. Japan is moving away from gas and electric cars to hydrogen. Their biggest energy companies put $230 billion into it. Honda has produced a hydrogen engine that is 500 times more powerful than the Formula One.
Dang.
So we're going back to the mid-90s, finally.
Yeah, finally.
The hydrogen fuel cell was going to be the thing of the future until someone decided there was a bigger scam in electric cars.
Well, that's right.
I should say battery cars, because the hydrogen is fairly much electric too, isn't it? Isn't it burn the hydrogen create electricity?
No. This is direct hydrogen powered cars.
Oh, okay.
Which is what, 1930s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are they using solar to split the water? How are they getting the hydrogen?
That is chemical fracking.
Okay.
But they're not splitting water because we all know splitting water. But apparently, the U.S. Navy's poured a lot of money into this too, and they have a process. But the process costs $2.30 per cubic liter produced. And at the time, as you know, that's why they've driven up the price of fuels to make alternative fuels cheaper.
Yeah. Now, I could have sworn several years ago I heard that the Netherlands was experimenting with that and looking at. You got to have distilled water, but they were looking at using solar panels to do the electrolysis. But
actually, it was revealed that they were actually getting the water filtered through algae, because the algae, during the process of in water, some creatures that they breathe. Right. It increases the hydrogen content of the water because they trap the oxygen.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they have to deoxidize the water first. So they have distilled water, goes into an algae tank, and then they put it through solar distillation.
Okay.
But that's a process that was done by the U.S. Navy back in '91.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes more sense than solar panels for other things.
Can I take a second and hijack and just say happy birthday to my grandma?
No, you may not.
Today,
What do you think?
today
This
was
is your
her,
show or something?
today was her birthday, and we went and had dinner with her and stuff, so it was really nice. So, happy birthday, Grandma.
Is that a recent picture?
No, it was a couple years ago.
Okay.
She had fun, jolly bread.
Do what?
She had
That's so sweet.
fun, jolly bread.
Yeah, that was me and my little cousin in that picture.
Fun, jolly
So,
bread.
Yeah, anyway.
FJB.
Oh, yeah, did you see the picture I posted about her cake?
Yes.
I said grandma's based, LOL.
Yep, fun, jolly cake.
Yeah, this was now I understand what you're saying. That was her cake. That was on her cake.
That's awesome.
My grandma's based. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's finally caught on to the Americans that the Japanese are producing lots of stuff very cheap, and they're afraid of another trade war. And it's like, dude, you're already in one with China. You're already in one with Russia, and you're losing. Saudi Arabia has just remember when they bitched about Trump getting $1 billion deal with Saudi Arabia? Xi Jinping just got a $23 billion deal with Saudi Arabia and a $60 billion gas oil deal with Russia.
Oh.
And they get mad at us for doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you've lost South Africa. You've lost now Saudi Arabia. You're losing Brazil. Half of Africa doesn't want to even trade with the US anymore. Yeah, way to go, Joe. World leader in losing.
Actually, I was thinking that we should probably use radiation as another form of energy, like clean. Like if there's a way to make it clean and safe, I'm for it.
They can. Nikola Tesla invented a radio electric system. That's what the Tesla Tower is all about. Radio electricity. And
because I'm so sick and tired of people like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do with all this depleted uranium? Make that shit and turn it into something positive. Jesus.
No,
it'll take some time.
The problem is there are perpetual whiners, and they're the loudest people in the room, and they bully, and they never let the thing go. They always have to get revenge. They always have to undermine people. And society hasn't learned that you have to put them in a cage and leave them there. Like you should have this small town in the middle of nowhere called Karen Town.
Yeah, and it's like, so let's just put them in a barrel and then put it in a warehouse, and we'll pretend it's not there. Yeah, way to go. Way to go. That was brilliant.
I thought that was in Normandy, in France. Carentown. Oh, that's Carenton. No, there's a town in Normandy.
It was the Carentown for the Germans.
Yeah. So is Tommy asleep?
No, I'm good. I'm right here.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's our next topic? We only talked about Jennifer Lawrence for like 4 or 5 seconds.
Well, I mean, she said she was the first. I mean,
and I was the first.
No, you're the first. You're the first person.
Well, anyway.
What would you like to talk about Jennifer Lawrence, Labe? What would you like to say about it?
Oh, her awesome boobs. It is Cloth Off Friday, but in about 5 minutes, I got to let the dogs out. Hang on the right parts of Twitter, man. You got titties and tacos on Tuesday, and you got free boobs on Friday. Cloth off. Get out your bobs. You haven't seen that meme either.
Get out your bobs. No, I know about that one because it's all the little Iranian dudes on it's all the little dudes on Instagram. They're like, get out your bobs.
Yeah, the cloth off. Yeah, that's where
Cloth off.
gotta follow
Get out your
American
bobs.
Barbie on Twitter. You'll know what I'm talking about. And Anita.
Anita sounds Russian.
All right, Light.
I need a towel. Yes, Tommy.
It's getting close to Christmas. Well, I'll ask you first.
I don't celebrate pagan holidays.
What do you want?
Seriously?
For Christmas?
Seriously, what?
You don't celebrate Christmas?
No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, good.
I like to
Because I was
pretend
gonna
to
say
be
What would be
Christian.
your dream gift for Christmas?
Oh, gee whiz. I don't know.
You know what my dream gift would be?
Well,
What's
peace.
that?
A new mic and a Rodecaster Pro. That's what I really want for
Mm.
Christmas.
Maybe an
So
AR
hoping
pistol.
Santa Claus. AR pistol. That'd be nice. I don't see what the big deal is with them.
It's not a rifle. That's it.
Really?
Got a shorter barrel. It's still good to 1,000 yards.
I don't know. I shot one. My mother-in-law's boyfriend has a couple, and it's neat, but it's not something I would wanna like use.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know. I haven't shot one yet. I was going to mess with the yuppies that are the townies that are renting up the Airbnb across the woods from us tonight, but I forgot. I was going to wait for. Well, maybe I'll still wait. See how drunk they get when I let the dogs out. See how drunk they are. But
Get some wolf howls going.
no,
Hey,
more
step
like
out real quick to help out the wife. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
Tap out.
no, more like a ranged shell and a shotgun or something. Just some kind of loud noise. I don't know. But it's been raining here for like 2 days, so I haven't
Yell
heard
four
the
and set up the mortar and yell four and then go tonk.
yeah. Well, and that barking, I haven't heard that barking in a while. That I don't know if that was coyotes or what over on the mountain. But what was crazy today is on Stone Mountain today, on the North Carolina side, you know how in the original Independence Day when the alien spaceships came in, they kind of came through the clouds, and it kind of pushed the clouds out. That's what it looked like for like hours. And it was like, for a while we had bright sunshine and clear, and there was this cloud sitting at about 4,000 feet, and it didn't move, and it was big and gray, and there was sun above it, and it was hilarious.
I bet you're like, honey, get the gun, be ready, grab the F-16.
But it's what it remind me of was Independence Day.
One of those firework mortars and just get a loudspeaker. Four.
Yeah. Well, you
or
can't
the Katsukia trucks that fire off those rockets and everything. You could play a sound of that. That'll really mess with them.
Yeah.
Russian collusion, everybody.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, we do. Tennessee, you do have fireworks, so it's although what's odd, there's a place in town that has some. I'm kind of surprised, but I don't know if North Carolina does. But when you drive toward Virginia, there's a place that says "Last Chance Fireworks," and then when you're going up 75 before you get into Kentucky, there's one of those places too. Oh, it's Cameron.
I know what you're talking about. The fireworks store was awesome. I spent like $150 in there one time.
Well, that's like half a paper sack.
I know it wasn't much. Well, I mean, it was all like little like $5.
Yeah, well, that's how you can have a lot of fun. You got to get.
I had 2 big old bags.
Yeah, get the smaller things. The big things, they're neat, but you could blow through hundreds of dollars, and then you light it, and in 5 minutes you're done. You're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the fireworks they have here are crappy. Like you got sparklers.
Hi, Dozy.
or sparklers.
Sparklers or throwdowns. That's it.
We bought
We
them.
don't have throwdowns
We bought them
anymore
for
either.
the kids for the 4th of July. We bought them these big ones.
All right, the dog's reminding me I got to take them out. I'll
What's
be
a
back.
sparkular?
Sparkles,
You know what I mean.
the
Nazi
thermite sticks.
fags.
You like it's a magnesium flare on a stick.
Yes,
Sparklers.
sparklers. Yes.
There's no U. There's no U in it.
We bought them for the kids, and we spent $10 because these are supposed to be special ones. And
Yeah, that was special, all right.
yeah, it was just a sparkular. Like it just had paper on the outside.
It's not a sparkular.
I
No,
talk
you
the
know.
way I talk, and you'll listen to it.
I mean, I
We
will
had
listen
the,
to it.
Mute button. His telecontrol. He says to the
Don't-
guy with a mute button.
we had the thunder. We had like 3 Thunder Kings for one of the firework gatherings we used to have back in the day.
We used to
Those
have
things were
throwdowns,
loud.
tom-tom. We used to only have 3 things. You had either sparkles, or you had your tom thumbs, which were your little, the little ones you light
Now
them up
even
and they
Dave's getting
take
tripped
forever to
up, and
go
he's
off.
wanting to say sparkulars.
Yeah,
I heard
And
that
then
David called
throwdowns.
himself. David called him. He was about to be like sparklers.
I know, man. It gets in your head. It's a wicked
Yeah,
bastard.
Tommy's got him all tripped up.
It's a wicked bastard. Yeah,
Oh,
throwdowns.
goodness.
You throw them against the wall really hard. Boom. Then some idiot decided to grip one and blew his hand off, and so all the Karens got upset and had them all banned. And it's like, what is this? This is the beginning of the end. We said they're just going to ask for more. No, it's for your safety, and the same for your safety. Look what we got now, because it's for your own good. Yeah,
Watch, he comes back. Watch, he comes back with like a nuclear bomb, and it's like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Have you not learned your lesson from the M80 tied to your hand?
Hey, y'all want to know
Look.
something cool? You're allowed to have a flamethrower in the U.S.
Yeah.
Are you allowed in
Musk did that.
Australia?
Dude, Tommy, dude, holy crap.
What?
Do you know it? All right, do you know what this is?
Kind of looks like a racetrack.
Well, it's not. It's Moyer
What
Skate
is it?
Park. They leveled it.
What?
What?
Yes. All right, so
Wow.
our town, this is where like the half pipes, like you can see one like laying right there.
Oh,
Our town had a skate park right here, and I mean, like it was constantly like high traffic like area. There was kids all the time through here, and they tore it down. My buddy just posted this an hour ago.
So they're not just looking to rebuild, or is it redevelop?
No, the comment says, take the time today and seeing it all gone. I have no clue for the plan of future, but I hope it comes back better and rewards a whole new generation. Dang.
I didn't like it that it was only meant for skateboards. Like if you was to bring a bike or a scooter or something like that.
Dude, kids nowadays don't skateboard, they scooter.
Yeah, well, even rollerblades wasn't allowed. You had to have a skateboard. That was it. That was the only thing allowed on it. It had signs and everything for it.
Somebody said there's no plans to rebuild, and the dude said they said something will go there, but they haven't shown or said what it'll be.
Typical. I remember the good old days. If the governments couldn't act without putting up planning and asking for submissions and big signs. But once all those Nancy's and Karens got in office, they took out all those regulations that they demanded everybody else adhere to.
I was a skateboarder. I never did any kind of like
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not pro skate.
skate, whatever. But I mean, our little town has absolutely nothing for children to do.
That's the
And
point.
it's quite aggravating to see that they're taking more away from kids.
Well, that's the point. They don't want you to have happiness. They want you to be miserable and reading marks.
Apparently.
They just want you miserable. Well, social media is down. We've got to shut down those outdoor activities.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so stupid. That is so stupid.
I remember when people opposed them, and the left every time. See, that's the problem. The left only oppose something or want something because you don't like it, and when it becomes acceptable and normal, they turn around and get rid of it.
Yep. Plus,
Wow.
it's. Go ahead, buddy.
I was just going to say you're suddenly loud. It's all right. My headphones.
Yeah. I'm trying to find around and see if anything from like the council, Salem City Council,
what's happening
has said anything, and I can't find anything. So,
did you hear the streaming numbers are out? Netflix, Disney, they're down. Anybody shocked? Not really. But guess who took over from Netflix as number one? Guess who's actually up?
Who?
Amazon.
That's cool.
Everybody keeps talking about that show Wednesday. Is it good?
Well, the last half of the last episode has upset a few people, but other than that, yes, most people generally agree it's a good show.
I haven't heard too much about it.
My roommate wouldn't go near it. I told her about it, and she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna stick with my movies." So and the cartoon. I'm like, okay. But come to find out, she read what the synopsis was, and a few things pissed her off. So she's very picky with her shows.
A lot of people are happy with Wednesday. A lot of people are happy with Andor. But most commentators are saying Andor's a little too late. The damage is already done. Disney's lost billions of dollars, and they're never going to recover I wouldn't say never, but you know what I mean. Star Wars would have to put out a lot of good stuff. Look at the damage done with Willow. Anything with Lucasfilm on it. And you look at the shorts coming out of Indiana Jones. Have you seen them?
Yeah. I've seen a few things. It looks like crap.
Yeah. Lots of indies, lots of different. It looks like it's just going to be snap, 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 snap. Change every few minutes. It's a new scene, you know. There's going to be no story. Just lots of Indiana Joneses.
Yeah, well, what do you expect with Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
And they said, she's not taking over. And then they announced the Phoebe Waller-Bridge series. So
does anybody else watch WCBS besides me and Late?
They don't
I watch it every now and again.
Kendo calls it Phoebe Walrus B. Man, it tickles. That makes me tickle. Phoebe Walrus. I can't say it. My mom will hear me and she'll come over here and smack me. So.
Can you leave the camera on when she does?
I'll try.
Look at that face. That's priceless.
Yep. Oh, come on. Let's see. I forgot to share the link out. Not the link, the actual that we're live.
Oh yeah. You put the pre-notice up, but not the actual
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to share all
Not
that. So I'm doing it right now. I'm like, hey, we're live. Come hang out. We're only 45 minutes into this. So
Yeah, it's cool.
does any anime? Do you have a Facebook?
I rarely use it because I only use it to keep tabs on a few conventions and
Gotcha.
keep it.
I was curious. We use Facebook Messenger quite a bit. I use Twitter some, but not as often as Facebook. So we got all kinds of different groups and stuff like that we use. And Cactus Jack Black, that's funny. So yeah,
James Cameron's taking shots at the MCU.
Oh, who figures? I mean, that dude, like, ugh.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's cheap marketing. I mean, the thing is, we had Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino already do that. So for James Cameron to do it, it comes off so cheap, you know.
I feel like Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese had the best ones out of the bunch. James Cameron's like,
yeah, James Cameron. They had a point. They had a point. I'll give you that.
At least they can get their points across. James Cameron, he just comes in, he's like, "Hi," and it's like so flat, and it's like, what the fuck are you trying to get across? We're all waiting for the punchline.
Well, James Cameron's alleged point is that his movie has real stakes, unlike a superhero movie. And I'm thinking, really? Really, James? You forgot the fact that we have goddamn nuclear weapons. You know, we got an orbital strike, and your so-called hero, all he had to do was ask the people nicely, and there would have been and everything would have been fine. No, your so-called hero is a bloody goddamn mass murdering, cultural appropriating, well, horn dog, really.
Hey, so do you guys ever any Spider-Man fans?
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah.
I just scrolled through this and found apparently there's a new graphic novel coming out about medieval Spider-Man. And it's
well, I have heard rumors of a Green Goblin movie to follow up from Morbius.
This is some of the illustration off of it. It looks pretty dope.
Yo, I could definitely get behind that.
I don't know what this is, but it looks awesome.
Like Spider-Man meets Green Goblin.
Kinda, yeah.
He just put that suit puts Green Goblin to shame.
Yeah.
I'd say Iron Man as well.
Yeah. Carl says Cameron's movie's about 5 years too late. If you're talking about the Avatar, he's like 12. It's like close to 10 years too late.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of James Cameron. Well, I can't say that. I'm not a fan of Avatar and the last several movies James Cameron's put out because they're not that interesting. They're just not. So. I got 3. There's 4 watching on Rumble right now. Drop a comment. I won't be able to show your comment on here, but I will answer it because I've got a window pulled up on Rumble to see, what's going on. Don't forget to hit that Rumble button. That's nice. There's 4 people watching on Rumble and 4 people watching on YouTube. We got 8 people. Yay!
Speaking of which, I did see that the new Hellboy game coming out, and at first I was so confused by it, but when I saw the transformation, I'm like, okay, this is cool because it takes on the comic book form of Hellboy,
right?
And also there was there's another Batman coming out. It's Suicide Squad: Death of the Justice League. I was pretty surprised by the trailer. I was very surprised in seeing Flash being all mangled and shit. I'm like, wow, they really did a number on him.
Yeah.
The shark dude looks very familiar, but I cannot remember where I've seen him before. He can't be the Great White because that guy, he's completely pale face and he's actually like a normal human character. But if that's their take on Shark, then okay. There was also I posted a video last night. Apparently it has happened after 2 years of speculation. A new Crash Bandicoot game is announced. Very excited. My thoughts and details are in the video on my channel. Luckily, my voice didn't break any further because I got way overexcited, screamed a little bit too loud, and my voice cracked. And somehow my phone ended up on my ceiling fan. So I had a lot of fun I had a lot of fun getting that down. I'm amazed my fan held in place. Otherwise, there'd be a hole in my ceiling. But the last bit though, the last of the Game Awards, I could tell Jeff Keighley. You guys should have seen his reaction. He looked ready to rip apart that person. He looked ready. The nerve of that guy, though. The nerve of that guy. I'm just glad. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I have a very bad feeling that security is going to be very beefed up now because of shit like that. Yes, it was funny, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, this is bad. But luckily, the kid said what he said. And was hauled away, nothing further. Because seeing it happen, when you watch something live, it's so surreal how it happens. And at first, I had to play it back a few times to listen to what the fuck the kid said. And I'm like, what does Bill Clinton have to do with this shit, you fucking moron? He's not even here.
Well... Okay, Pneumology covered it and showed the clip. I just listened to it. It's quite funny. He looks like Sam Bankman-Fried for a start.
He did. He did.
He got the coat. It looked really ragdoll. Now, I think he's a French identitarian. And I think
there he is. There's the man.
Hey, fantastic. And I think the kid was making a statement about the Clintons because of the Clinton initiative meddling in French affairs with Macron right now. And
great.
So I think he just wanted to really have a dig at the interference in France by Americans, because as you know, America's is not very popular in Europe right now.
Nope. And the funny thing was, I was watching the pre-show.
Yeah, turn off their gas and then say you could buy 30 tanker loads of liquid gas for 4 times the price.
These people. The funny thing was, I was watching the pre-show, and my God, some of the stuff was so cringed. I'm like, God damn it! Someone take the mic. Someone take the mic, please, please. But to her credit, though, she tried. She tried and be funny, but it was funny a few times. But then it was like constant. I'm just like, get the stage.
Well,
please. Seeing Al Pacino there, that surprised the hell out of me, though. I'm like, Al Pacino's I literally spat my drink out, and upon seeing it, I'm just like, Jesus. It's a good thing I did not stream the Game Awards, given everything that happened last night, because That would have been fun. It would have been really bizarre watching me trying to get my phone down from the ceiling fan.
Well,
Happy it's on. It was on the blades, not in that where the light bulb is.
see,
Channel Dad. But Justin said, "I better leave before he does." Well, actually, Channel Dad's not even right here. He's gone to walk the dogs.
Walking the dogs. Yeah.
Hey, so I was scrolling through Power Ranger toys because I can't help but look for Power Ranger toys.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's the movie edition that's got chrome pieces. I think it's a Legacy, which is a newly done Megazord. It's got a lot of chrome pieces, a lot of accents. It also has the I don't know if you guys remember the movie, but the Frog Zord had a tongue that he shot out and wrapped around one of the monsters and held him in place and shocked him. All right.
Whoa.
The toy has that too. Well, somebody apparently said no wonder they didn't use the tongue piece while in Megazord mode because it would look like this.
I'll buy that for $1.
Good luck explaining that. Good luck explaining this. Hey, so what are you building? Holy fuck, what the hell?
Seth, join us in Sobo for beers and boys. It's your destiny. Dude, I really want to do that. I do know, well, it'll probably be a busy time, but I know there's an important date coming up in April that I was told about, and I don't know if the invitation's still out there, but I plan to come down in April for an important event. So, yeah. Matt also says, I will let you use the board Justin gives me for free for 5 minutes. The board Justin gave me. Whoa. You better not have gave you a board for free.
That's a tempting offer.
Yeah. Hail Matt Whitaker. Yeah. Matt Whitaker is the other member of the Podcasting Dead. Like, you got Justin and Matt, and then I come on to kind of like help out. You know, I'm a peon. Sorry, Daddy Justin loves me more. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Thanks there, Matt. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. I'm sure he does love you more. I'm just going to go jump off a cliff now. Self-delete.
Wait, here's a parachute full of utensils.
Yay, thank you.
Self-delete to go to Canada.
I'm joking. Here's an actual parachute.
How do y'all feel about the new Deadpool 3?
I'm not high hopes for Deadpool PG.
I'll probably
It's
watch
going to be
it.
Ace Bowls.
Huh?
It's going to be Ace Bowls. Hey, just wanted to let y'all know it is eerily quiet out there tonight. I mean, like, there ain't no sound.
Like the as eerily quiet as it is when it snows. Have you guys ever paid attention to that? Like, it's, I mean, obviously not some of you guys that don't live where it snows, but when it snows up here, it is so quiet.
Yeah, for some reason.
But the snow dampens the sound.
Would you guys like to see? Would you guys like to see the Battlefield clip that will go down in history? It's actually really dope, and I shared it the other day and thought, wow, this is cool. And I'm gonna share volume and everything because it's worth it.
All right.
It's only like 30 seconds.
Keep coming. Detonate.
The dude shoots an airplane with the tank in the air. How freaking rad!
His friend blew him up into the air. Is that what that?
Yeah, they detonated it and shot the tank up in the air, and the tank shot the plane. Like I was like, dude, that is so cool.
Coming. Detonate.
Yes.
That is so awesome. Anyway, I thought that was cool. So yeah.
Oh, hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Are we
You couldn't
good?
do that with a regular round. Probably was an Excalibur.
It reminds me of the A-Team.
Yeah. Regular rounds do not have a flat trajectory. Are not flat for long. You point straight ahead, shoot a normal artillery piece. It doesn't stay. It curves very quickly, unless it's self-guided munitions.
So, what do you guys think about? Has anybody read anything about Twitter files? I know they've got 3 out yet. Late, what is your take on them? Because like you're like the only person that hasn't really said anything.
Elon should have dumped them all at once. Apparently, somebody was filtering them. That was the guy that has ties to the FBI. That
just got fired again.
Got fired. Yeah, I mean that's part of why he said, "Hey, I'm not going to commit suicide," just like McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee, day before he got arrested, I'm not going to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Canada says, I'll change your mind.
I think it all needs to come out because I think the normies really need to understand that the world is not the way they believe it is. And hasn't been probably in well over 100 years, maybe longer.
I have so many people repeating talking points about Russia. I'm just like, look, I'm sick of hearing about all these things about Ukraine. And then when you bring them up, people says, oh, that's just Russian talking points. It's like, you are so ignorant. You think you're living in the land, you're living in La La Land where you think you've done nothing wrong whatsoever. Russia's invaded its neighbors. Well, did you know America invaded Canada and Mexico twice?
Yeah, they weren't able to do much against Canada, but
yeah, they got their asses handed against Canadians handed you your asses.
Yeah,
6,000 out of the 8,000 colonial troops, 6,000 didn't come home. I mean, you know that's how bad it was. You almost were British again.
Yeah, except Maine.
Except if it wasn't for the French, you would have been British again.
Yeah, there is that. But no, I think it all needs to be understood, and I don't know what the answer is. I don't think we're going to vote ourselves out of this. But you know, the cabal has been at it since 1840, so at least. So the tick is buried deep.
Yeah, there's the Mannerheim Papers. Was it the Mannerheim Papers?
Actually, it goes back further than that.
No,
back.
No, during World War II, there was controversial German general who released intelligence reports and papers after the war that showed there was collaboration between the German High Command to allow the Allied victory. But you know, and nobody would believe it. But looking back, it sort of makes sense when you look at the failure of logistics.
Yeah, something was up. I mean, we ended up with Operation Paperclip and a bunch of other things too. So,
yeah. And if anybody's suggesting that Hillary Clinton is a renamed Nazi, please start living in a bunker showering with body armor on.
Well, speaking of which, I did not watch this, but this has been going. It's just shown up in my Twitter feed today multiple times. But apparently, she and Chelsea and some others did a car video where they're singing along to tunes in some car, and apparently the game, if you will, is to watch. How long can you watch before you want to jump out the window?
So that's how they got the. So that's the torture. So that's how they torture people in Gitmo.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, but yeah, it's some other. I don't know who they all are, but it's kind of like that talk show host dude that does the car videos, a British guy.
Clarkson?
No.
There's two of them, so I can't think of the other one.
Well, I guess he's more of I thought he had a show, but
they had a show, then they don't have a show. Now he has a show again, but it's his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think it's Clarkson. The other one's not doing anything at the moment.
But it's not someone who was on Top Gear. Somebody else.
Yeah, there's
some young guy.
I think you're talking about the other one, right? They go in, get all the sports cars, and they go about Europe.
No, it's not a car show. Yeah. It's a talk. What the hell is that noise? No, it's a dog. But anyway, if I find it, I'll share it.
In my honest opinion, I say everything out. Everything needs to come out, and after I just finished. While I was waiting for you guys, I was reading through the dump and everything, and I'm just like, yep, everything we've been saying, because it's not just
everything. Sky News just interviewed Jack Dorsey, and they say that, and Jack Dorsey saying, "Well, dump it all at once, unfiltered." Dude, you're the one who created this. You're the one who created the censorship platform. You're the one who hired all the SGWs. You're the one who sold out to BlackRock and the Saudis.
Yep. Plus, I feel like this is like almost the equivalent of the JFK files.
Of which 10,000 redacted files out there point to JFK being killed by the Majestic 12, led by Lyndon Baines Johnson, a self-appointed group within government and the State Department who consider themselves the guardians of the Republic.
At this point, I mean, with all the dumps and everything going, I'm just seeing the credibility of the FBI, the CIA just becoming non-existent after all this. I mean, it was fragile enough with that loser Comey and everything, but I think this is the stuff that will do them in.
Thing is, Comey soared to power by ousting his predecessors over Ruby Ridge and other scandals. So these organizations don't have a good history. You remember
now if we could do a Facebook files dump, that would be interesting too.
Yeah, but
you heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
There's a lot of people who said they're not coming back to Facebook because they've been fully they've been banned, slandered, attacked for years. But when is Facebook going to get rid of the truth checkers? Have all been pretty much debunked as anything but defenders of truth, justice, and the American way. No, they're defenders of big paychecks for the few.
I will say this:
it's big paychecks for the few.
Exactly. I will say this though:
papers, you have 6, and they're all. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is what you get when you have 6 newspapers and they all go to the same school.
I agree on that one. I have a feeling that if Elon Musk is serious enough to buy YouTube, if he's that serious enough, I say go for it. And I would probably expect like a YouTube dump as well, like a YouTube files dump. Let it all come out.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if that does happen, you heard it here first on the men's room. You heard it here first.
So,
yeah, but I don't expect that one.
I would love to be wrong, though. I would love to be wrong. So hopefully I'm wrong.
I was doing research this week, and I found out something interesting. Did y'all, and I mentioned A-Team earlier, do y'all know how much Mr. T's net worth is?
No.
Somewhere in the billions.
$2 million.
2 million.
Wow.
That wore all the gold and everything, his net worth is only $2 million.
Yeah, I heard he made. I heard he's been doing a lot of appearances lately, but he runs a charity, doesn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I think he's for Black Youth or something. That's why he's been out of the picture for so long.
A good cause, nonetheless. I mean, the black people, they need all that help.
It's known for B.A. Baracus, A-Team. He was a boxer. Yeah, I knew he was in the sports. That's right.
But
He played Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
He was in commercials and everything growing up.
He had his own show for a while. Done a lot of commercials.
Great.
I'm just looking up.
I'm kind of surprised though, because I half expected he'd be in the billions by now, because he was at the first WrestleMania. He was on the A-Team and everything else from there.
You're adding too much up. You got to look at the fact that most of his roles have been small, very few leading roles. Dancing with Stars was his last TV appearance 3 years ago. He hasn't been in any major films for a long time. He did some voice acting.
Mm.
He has. He actually owns a pop band.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's called the Mr. T Experience.
That's awesome.
He has T-cell lymphoma, which is why he's been rarely seen in public. He has a book out on his Cancer Ain't For No Wimps. It was on Dancing with the Stars a couple of years ago. He only has one of his original gold rings and necklaces on. He keeps the rest locked up. He's done a lot of charity work. He's been on many hurricane cleanups. And he's a born-again Christian and lives in Lake Forest, Illinois. Oh, dead. Sorry, he moved from, but...
Personally, I don't blame him if he moved from Illinois with everything happening over there. I don't blame him.
Nah, but he and his wife decided to leave after they did a big cleanup there of the town, and I think maybe they got too much attention. But wherever he's gone, he's done a lot of charity work, and I think that's the thing. Once he starts getting too much attention, he moves on. But it doesn't mention the name of his charity, because it might not be. But yeah, Hurricane Katrina, he was down there. He was in Florida recently for that cleanup. But yeah, for a guy battling cancer, he's sure doing the rounds.
I just figured he'd be worth more of that.
Worth more than two, yeah. But he hasn't been the leading man in anything for a long time. So you got to remember, he probably was only getting a couple of 100,000 for his appearances, and like you don't become a multi-millionaire earning only a couple of $100,000 a year.
Yeah. Sure.
Not especially when you spend so much time doing charity work either. But, if he wanted to be a millionaire, I think he could have done it. He has the drive. He has the personality. He could have been he could have done boxing films. He could have taken over from Rocky. He could have done a lot of things if he wanted to. He's chosen his life and he's happy with it. Hell,
Exactly.
I think a lot of people would say, geez, I wish Steven Seagal hang up, stop making movies and do some charity work. Although his idea of charity work is going to a strip club. God bless his soul. He knows those strippers need those dollar bills. It's just charity work, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a charity for strippers. It's a good cause.
It's a good cause. Yeah, what's your charity work? Well, this is charity and this is chastity.
That's a good joke. I guarantee there's two people. I guarantee there are some strippers out there with those names. I guarantee you wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'd have to go to Seattle or Portland to find out.
I'd probably go to Chicago or no, not Chicago. I go to Vegas or Miami or.
The flashy on the strip, you're gonna get Cherry in Vegas, so or Bunny. The flashy strip. You're gonna get all the exotic.
Or during the oh god damn it. It's in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
During Mardi Gras. There we go. Jesus
Mardi
Christ,
Gras,
my brain.
Mardi Gras.
My brain could not process the name of the event. I'm just like, damn it.
There'll be some guy looking like Ice-T, or probably is Ice-T, going, "It's for charity." And there's this girl in a bunny suit holding out a big cup. Yeah, it's for charity. Her name's Charity. Pay up. Just pay up. If you don't, it means you're gay.
That means you're gay.
See? Yeah, see, he would, wouldn't he? Don't pay charity.
So I've been playing around with my Stream Deck, moving stuff around because here in a couple weeks I might be upgrading to another system. So I'm gonna primarily make the StreamYard, the Stream Deck, just for controls, commands, and things like that. So I'm setting all my tweets in one file. So as of right now, I have these controls right here where I can let's see, I can do like different types of screens,
Oh, bless you, whoever.
Thank you.
Full screen.
Yeah,
that way.
Oh.
That way. That way. That way. That way. Anyway, I can do all that. Then I go in here where it says to my file for tweets, and I have about to go live, new video, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook Live, Trovo, and Twitch. And so by clicking any of these buttons, I can automatically send out a tweet that, hey, I'm going live on here. You should click this link. So it saves me the time of like typing out an actual tweet. So it's pretty neat. I'm excited. And then I can go back. There's where all my sounds and stuff are. So
You're roboting, man.
I am.
You were.
Am I roboting?
Well,
Yes, a little.
Yeah.
You shut your hole. Don't tell me.
There you go.
Don't,
Oh,
don't
you
tell
get
me
better.
what
You
I'm
get better.
Good.
Yeah.
Daggone right I did. Anyway, I'm going to be pulling the sounds and whatnot off of the Stream Deck because
Does it again.
they don't sound that great. So, anywho. Well, let's see. Anything else you want to talk about?
Talk about rock lobster. Talk about slush turtles.
But I'm wondering
Is that right?
with the first 3 dumps, I'm ready for part 4 because there's gotta be more than this.
Hey, speaking of part 4, I was just checking out on Facebook, and apparently Avatar script, the script for Avatar 4, the studio had no notes about. So they just said "Holy F." So be prepared to be bedazzled and beguiled by the fourth. I didn't even know when the second one's supposed to be out. So
Second one out, they're selling tickets already pre-sale.
aren't they? Did they film it yet?
Second one is finished, and they're doing
Oh.
pre-sale. It's the third one that isn't filmed yet.
Yeah,
Though
I saw the
using
first
footage.
one
Yeah.
on Blu-ray or whatever. I did not go to the theater. I went, what's the big fuss? And that's about it.
Yeah, it was 3D, man. It was the 3D visual spectacular, but it was pretty much Pocahontas in space.
Well, if it's the fake 3D, then I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. I would have been puking everywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Basically, I can see 3D until my brain figures out what's really going on, and then it's like massive headache and nausea, like instantly.
Yeah, I hate when your brain figures it out and the image starts to split because it's showing you what really there and not what you not what you're fooled into thinking is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the Sony projector. Speaking of the Sony, they're in the bad books again, trying to censor the internet of
the fucking FTC rears its head again. It's like, we're gonna stop you right there, Microsoft and Xbox. We're gonna stop this deal and everything in between. Great. Where were you fucking clowns when Disney was buying up everything under the sun?
Well, was Microsoft and Sony going to do something?
Hey,
no,
apparently
competition. Sony was trying to buy a company, and it got blocked.
I'm going to put something in private chat, see if you want to go over it. I think it's interesting.
All right. Sony wanted to buy a couple of independent studios to make them Sony exclusive. Sony got blocked. And then a few weeks later, Ubisoft and Microsoft bought between them up various companies, Activision, etc., and some smaller companies for Microsoft exclusives. And Sony's hit having a hissy fit because they were blocked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because apparently
Ubisoft has enough money to buy anything. Wow.
I think they brought up a few independents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
The real one who's got lots of money is Epic. They're trying to buy all the independents off Valve.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Nothing good ever comes for that for the consumer. Never.
Yeah. Epic is now backed by Tencent, so everything with Unreal on it, their servers are in China, people.
Great. But yeah, that's what's going on. Apparently, Microsoft is trying to do the Activision deal, and the FTC, being the idiots that they are, they're like throwing a ton of hissy fits over it because it's $69 billion deal, people. And I'm very concerned with. I mean, I'm for the acquisition and everything because more platforms, more competition. I'm for that. Like, give us something to do. I would love to see, because exclusivity, in my honest opinion, it works if it's like a mainland. If it works in some cases, but other times it does not.
It
Not
works
only
when you've got Game Pass and you've got $105 games to choose from, and they, whereas exclusivity of, say, Crash Bandicoot or some really big AAA game, I don't like, because then it means it's like Red Dead Redemption 2. It came out recently on PC, only just recently, and well, it just got another update. But the funny thing is, this PlayStation version's not getting the updates. Only the
exactly.
Should we
it's
share
so poorly
that
handled.
There's not
Alright,
a
bro.
whole lot on there that's like really worth anything, because I don't know a lot of these people.
You can
It's
see
all
why
talking
they're not
about
worth much.
it's
They're no
talking about
talents.
celebrities. It's talking about celebrities with surprisingly low net worths. And I
Maisie
mean,
Williams.
you got some
she's-
people like Lindsay Lohan, and Stephen Baldwin. I mean, those are really the only ones that are worth
Amber
mentioning,
Heard.
except for number one, which is Amber Heard. I got all the way down
Noah
to the bottom.
Cyrus.
It was just
You
like,
know why
it was just like,
you can tell
go
why
ahead,
some of these
go ahead,
people
go
have
ahead,
no
go
money.
ahead. What?
You could tell why some of these have no money. Look at who they are. Most of them have been in one or two things. They've got no talent, or they're well known for drug abuse, like Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
You know where their money went? Up their nose. So who else you got other than Amber Turd, we know why she's broke? -6.
There's not a whole lot. I mean, it's just -6.
Yeah, she's agreed to pay $7 million bond, but she's still disputing the she's paid $7 million in bond for her appeal, and pretty much on her second day of the appeal, she admitted that she conspired and cheated on Johnny Depp. So that appeal has got no. And what's her appeal? I got these credible witnesses who could testify. Testify to what? Testify that I told them I was abused. That's still third-hand knowledge. Just because the British courts accepted third-hand news doesn't mean the American courts will.
She just can't let it go. It's like, Jesus.
No.
Because she thought she could get away with it. She thought she had it in the bag, and
she almost did. If it wasn't for her getting called to testify, and if Johnny Depp didn't have the video of her conspiring, she would have got away with it. It was her dumb lawyers. They just thought they could I don't know. They just thought, geez, we'll go ahead. We've got all this
I question where those lawyers got their degrees from, because they were so incompetent. I'm just like, and we're supposed to take you people seriously?
Well, as
Jesus.
Johnny's lawyer said, they would have had it in the bag if they did not introduce character witnesses, because once they did that, this allowed Johnny to bring in all the people who Amber said, this Kate Moss incident. Kate Moss was allowed to testify the first time in 20 years. She wasn't allowed to testify in the British trial, in which she said, I was never pushed downstairs. And then it was allowed to cross-examine all of Amber's friends, who all agreed they conspired at one stage to kill Johnny. They should have all been done for conspiracy, including Amber Heard, conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to defraud. They did not. She married Johnny with the aid of her friends, so she and her friends could live the high life. That's, he bought that house in the desert. It wasn't Amber's money. That house in the desert that Amber sold was Johnny's. Bought with Johnny's money from the divorce settlement. Now they're talking. Warner Brothers is talking about cutting her off completely and shelving all her films because she's just I don't know, the public backlash.
She's too much of a liability, and after everything, Warner Brothers is reconsidering. They're like, we're paying this bitch to Starlight in the Aquaman. After that shit, no, thank you. No, we're gonna give that role to someone else.
Yeah, they're paying her out.
I nominate Emilia Clarke for that role because she would actually do a good job. She's a good actress. I'm pretty sure she can handle the role just fine. I don't want to cast doubt on it at all. Because when you really step back and just watch her scenes, she actually does a good job. Like, she gets better over time. And she's in a good position right now to snag that role. I'm for it.
Everybody, it was Emilia Clarke who told us Games of Thrones season 8 was going to be a shit show. Because what was their answer? It's great. That's like
I watched that clip and I just laugh and I'm like, well, she's telling the truth in a way where it gets through. But unlike Kamala, unlike her, Kamala can't stop lying. Meanwhile, Emilia Clarke can tell the truth with ease.
Actually, was it in the Twitter files that
you see, you can tell the difference.
There was something recently about the at Gay Agenda in the Twitter files where they admitted that they have a Hollywood meeting on how to rewrite each character. They're plotting each character to be rewritten as gay, trans, or black.
That would be the workings of the GLAAD, the Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. I think that's what it means. Because.
But do you know who's leading the Hollywood censorship group who decides who gets awards?
Will Smith?
No, Whoopi Goldberg.
That gorilla? That bitch?
Yeah.
That bitch has no credibility anymore. She is an afterthought.
She's chair of the committee for awards. That's how they.
How much bananas did she suck to get up into that position? I will never know.
Nah, didn't she get an Oscar for The Color Purple?
That was Whoopi. Did Whoopi go? I thought that was Oprah.
Oh man, was it Oprah? All right, never mind. She was on.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between Whoopi and Oprah back in the day. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. They're both actresses with the same hairstyle, so it's kind of hard to tell who was who and what was what.
One was on Next Generation.
Apparently, Hollywood has been working behind the scenes in Hollywood. Companies like Pixar have had people in key positions hiring gays and other people, and they've been putting them in positions in throughout the Disney Corporation, including Marvel. Not so secret gay agenda. With Ellen DeGeneres, who is trying to be a Hollywood influencer now. She's trying to be some sort of spokesperson or lobbyist for gay characters, and she goes around to all the studios to lobby. Doesn't give many other names here. I mean, I think a lot of people are very. They're very aware of litigation, so they're not going to name names. But so there'll be, Ellen DeGeneres. I think everybody knows that she's gay and that she's been advocating for characters to be gay for quite some time. But even the there's even a backlash in BET over the gay agenda because they want to rewrite some of the characters and then recast them with Jesse Smollett, and they're going. They call him an untalented fool. So Hollywood is going to tear
Yeah.
itself apart over the next couple of years, because the two different agendas are going to be clashing. This alliance they have now is just going to grind. They're going to hit each other and start butting heads. I want Ironheart to be gay. No, I want Ironheart to be trans. No, I want Ironheart to be Indian. Boom! Because the Indian lobby is going to start pushing its. Bollywood's going to start pushing to take over Hollywood. But one of the reasons why some people say Hollywood was devaluing itself was to allow it to be purchasable by Legendary, because the Chinese could not raise enough money to buy into Hollywood. So Hollywood deliberately lowered itself in value in order to create Chinese partnerships. But this gay agenda has ruined all that. And now that Bollywood's stepping in, and now they're finding that they don't like gays either. Bollywood put Hollywood on notice that if they continue this current path, they'll be banned in India as well.
Yeah, because they're pushing it. I mean, I'm for I'm for gay actors and everything like that under the sun, as long as it's done right. If it's done right, it's not being shoved down our throats. I'm okay with it.
Or they take somebody else's place, like Gingerside.
Yes.
Zendaya.
See, it's that shit that pisses everybody off.
But then they say, "Oh, we've got to have representation." Really? I don't see much representation. I'm the first woman in a lead action film. Get in line, honey. Yeah. Get in line, honey. There was Linda Hamilton and Michelle Pfeiffer and so many other. Come on, look! You go back to some of the westerns. Annie Oakley,
or Scarlett O'Hara. Let's go further then.
Yeah, but Annie Oakley was a action hero in real life in her youth. She was a gunslinger in her youth. People forget that. Some of the first Hollywood stars, they had checkered backgrounds.
There you go, Seth. We're back to we circled back to the beginning.
Oh, gunslinger, yeah.
I think it's time to end.
Am I allowed to talk yet? I mean, I'm just wondering.
No.
No,
you're not going to turn all our mics off.
I can't. I mean,
sorry, man. Okay.
The dogs are pestering me yet again. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you, buddy.
Well, I mean, I've been trying to
go ahead.
15, 20 minutes, and nobody can like let me get a word in edgewise. I tried to direct the show, but somebody just decides to take over and do whatever. So,
I apologize. I didn't even.
We apologize.
Yeah, I didn't.
Thank you. All right. Check out all of our links. Links all down in the description, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.